Today we're going to be jumping in as Milan with the intent to conquer the world. And this video is sponsored by Paradox. And I'll quickly say Paradox has done a fantastic job with this game. And I'll leave a link in the description if you want to support the channel. You can pre-purchase it using my link. And it would let Paradox know that they should include me in these type of things in the future. So it'd be greatly appreciated. I did want to mention, it's currently the afternoon of the 29th. I cannot finish World Conquest in time for this video. So this is going to have to be a part 1. You can see we're going to be playing with Iron Man enabled, achievements enabled. We're going to be playing on normal difficulty. And yeah, let's just jump in. Milan starts in the Holy Roman Empire. However, Italy can leave H3 pretty soon. And that kind of means more or less that conquering early on is going to cost a lot of antagonism. So we're not going to do a ton of conquest early on. However, let's get our opening setup out of the way. We have 2 reforms available. We actually start with an additional reform here. However, this reform is basically free, as it gives us +1 bonus reforms. But we're going to go and grab the Diplo traditions because we want Diplo rep, because Diplo rep helps us with antagonism. And then we can go ahead and pick up sortition because we get some extra tax efficiency, and that's really, really solid. For research, I'm just going to straight ahead go for the institution growth, and then we're going to go for the cultural tradition here. And that's all for now. We're going to unlock new texts in 1342. We're going to change society values towards centralization. You can see we're very decentralized at the start here, which obviously isn't ideal because, you know, we'd rather be centralized because centralization gives proximity cost and crown power. If we just hover over the centralization versus decentralization, we can see why we're so decentralized. And you can see here it's mostly the laws. You can see here that we have traditional distribution and we have a really bad max control privilege here as well that we gotta get rid of. It's also pushing decentralization. I'm gonna go ahead and select a limited export for our precious metal distribution law. And we're gonna rival to Verona because that's probably one of the first wars we're gonna look at. The signs of cabinet members here, and then we can go ahead and integrate as well here. We have a lot of unintegrated land to start the campaign, but it wouldn't be advisable to just give it all away to subjects straight away because then we would be like kind of too small in comparison to them. What I'm actually gonna do is check here and see what would be like kind of a low population subject, maybe release, you know, 2 or 3 of those. Maybe just these 3 states here. So we'll head to our diplomacy, create subjects, custom, and just go ahead and make a couple of vassals up here. That looks okay. We probably don't want to do too many more than that because if we do, their relative power will be a little bit too high. Let's go ahead and jump up to 5 speed. And for our economy, we just want to put minting to 0, so we're not gaining inflation. Max all our taxes out, max cost of core, and then just turn off everything except for stability and legitimacy. I'm gonna go ahead and automate trade, and that's the only automation we're gonna change. We got this event here. It's gonna give us the CB against Verona. And here we get an event, the Guelphs and Ghibellines. This is gonna be how Italy leaves HRE. And I want to support the Pope because I want to leave the HRE. Historical event here. And there's just an event that gives us a little bit of centralization, which is helpful. We can go ahead and grant some of the state privileges, but I like to grant these centralization privileges straight away from the clergy and the burghers. So I'm just gonna grab those too. That way we're able to just kind of get that centralization pushed a bit faster. Again, we're very decentralized at the moment. So I got a historical event here, and we can either keep the nobility happy, or we can take a pretty bad stability hit. However, you can see here that we get a bonus of 25 crown power and better integration, plus an extra cabinet seat for 10 years if we go that route. And yeah, we're gonna go ahead and go for that route. Not the historical approach, but you know, half the nobility, you know what I'm saying? But we can integrate more land that way. Again, we only have that buff for 10 years. And here's an event that has us declare war in Verona. It's a bit of a type of a coalition war, though. So kind of just a scripted war. We're going to call our levies. And we're going to be fighting against Verona. As I mentioned, it's a bit of a coalition war, so we're the leader, but we get a lot of help. One handy trick for consolidating your levies here is just go to military, right-click on the diamond here to toggle all, and then just merge, and it's just going to merge to the strongest unit. And you can even move that unit midway through, and obviously here we want to assign a general. And assigning our leader is really solid because it gives us crown power. And hopefully we can win this battle here. I think we'll be chilling. We were able to win that battle, no problem. And you can see our court is full of our family or our you know, our dynasty. And so what we can actually do here is promote one of these guys to our head of our cabinet. The reason we want to do this is because it gives us extra crown power. You can see here we have gained this kind of buff here for extra crown power. However, I do want to point out for our estates, we have this really bad estate that we need to get rid of eventually. It's going to cost us a lot of stability to do that, though. So we'll have to kind of, you can see it's trending decentralization and we lose max control, which is kind of devastating for us. With privileges, we don't want to grant too many privileges at once. You can see just from the 2 that I granted earlier, the nobility is pretty upset about that. What I probably actually want to do is just lower their taxes for a bit, because otherwise we're going to be looking at a possible civil war, and that would not be ideal. This war is pretty won at this point, but I'm actually going to wait to end the war for our first parliament. We're going to kind of change some laws that are going to help us get a little bit less antagonism when we take the land. So we have our first parliament here. Go ahead and call it. We're just going to go with the highest supported option here. We're just going to pick whatever the nobility want to debate because it has the highest base support. because really we're just interested in changing some laws. So I'm going to go ahead and ask for law changes here. And I'm going to change my administration system to autonomous councils. This has legislative efficiency, which is why we want to do it. Legislative efficiency translates into antagonism reduction. And I'm going to show you guys what I mean here. If you look at the antagonism breakdown here, legislative efficiency is a modifier that helps us get less antagonism. However, it's going to take a bit to pass that law. You can see here. So we're kind of just stalling out the war, more or less. And if we can try to pass another law, we can see if we can get some parliament agendas through. But honestly, we only have 11% support. If we were to grant anything more that's not a nobility agenda, you can see here it'd be kind of, the nobility would not like that, and they kind of already don't like me. So probably I'm only going to be able to pass the one thing in this parliament. Although it is important to note that during parliament, you get a lot more state monthly change. You can see I get 1.2%. Normally it's only 0.2. Because it's a historical event. And I'm actually going to go with the second option. Instead of getting money, I can get some cultural influence and cultural tradition, as well as some innovativeness in an art school. I'm like, yeah, that seems good. Will cost a bit of money, but it's totally worth. You can see here the law is going to take a bit to pass. So I'm in no rush to end the war. I don't have a call for peace. Eventually, if you kept staying in a war like this, you will be kind of forced out. But you can kind of sit there for like a year or so and not have anything bad happen. We did fail our parliament agenda, but it's not a big deal. We just lose 7 stab. This is pretty normal. I generally will fail most parliaments because I'm more interested in what the requests have. I'm going to go ahead and improve with some of my subjects. Eventually, we're going to need to annex them. Now, we have an event here, a historical event, and we can either become a monarchy. However, I'm going to pick the second option here, which is going to revoke that really bad privilege. It's not going to cost us all that stability. And funny enough, this is new content for me. I have not played through this. They've kind of changed this recently. But I like that. We're going to go ahead and revoke that bad privilege. We're going to get some centralization. I like that. I was planning to have to lose a ton of stability, so I'm a lot more happy to go about that route. And before we end any war, it's a good idea to go ahead and pick up diplomatic endeavors. Again, the idea that diplo-rep translates to antagonism. And we do have a situation where Verona's subjects are disloyal, so I could separate peace them, potentially. But again, it just depends on how greedy we want to be. We're in the HRE, so it's not super ideal to take land, in the HRE. And I quickly just moved my camera so you guys can see the messing with the Holy Roman Empire down here is a plus 75%. And so if Italy leaves the HRE, it's super helpful for us because, we wouldn't have to deal with that. So I'm going to go ahead and peace out Parma. We can kind of look here and see it's not too aggressive, but obviously it's, it's getting kind of scary. And I think it's just going to be a matter of we'll take whatever land we feel comfortable with taking, but we don't want to go crazy. You can check the antagonism map mode, which is one I definitely recommend pinning. We can kind of see that, people are starting to be upset, but, we started at 0, so we have a bit more room to take some land if we want. I'm okay with being a little bit aggressive to start because maybe we'll just not go to war for a while. So I'm thinking maybe I'll just separate peace Luca as well, and then kind of see where that leaves us. But you can check that antagonism map mode. We are, we're getting up there. Gonna separate peace another one of his subjects. Just being being a little bit greedy here. Maybe before we end the war, we can try to improve relations. Hey, we got some achievements here, huge. But anyways, I think what I'm gonna do is just try to improve relations just a little bit before we end the war. I don't have call for peace yet, and I'm like, I might as well be a little bit greedy, right? Honestly, I don't think that I can improve relations enough to annex him or something, right? There's no chance. I could recall my diplomats that are improving with my subjects and see if I can, get more to improve. I don't have call for peace yet, so we gotta negotiate a little bit here, you know what I'm saying? We're not sure what land we want to take yet. But I'm just like, yeah, I'll go through and improve relations a little bit and see if I can be a little bit greedy. I'm maxing out my diplo spending so I can try to get more land here. For the Age of Renaissance, and I'm gonna go ahead and pick the diplomatic focus. The reason being is it gives war score costs, and this is a world conquest, so war score cost is extremely valuable. Normally, I'd like to go admin, but it's kind of just like, we're forced down the war score cost route. If I wasn't world conquesting, I would not do this, or I would not recommend doing this. I would pick the admin branch instead, as kind of my normal recommendation for you guys. Can't really afford diplomatic spending, but, I'm trying to make it work. So I need to turn off my diplomatic spending. I really can't afford it. But yeah, we're just about to end this war. Oh, I'm actually going to need a diplomat to end the war. Well, we might take a little bit of a loan then. Being in debt's not very good in this game because it affects your crown power because you're borrowing from the estates. So definitely something I don't really want to continue to do long term. But I'm starting to get a call for peace here. You can see. So I'm, it's probably time I ended the war. I'm just going to take what I can and hopefully I'll be able to smooth that all over. I didn't have everything occupied, so I couldn't take everything for myself. There's a possible coalition that could form now. Yeah, definitely a possibility. But that's why we've been improving relations, and hopefully we can mitigate that a bit. I'm just trying to improve relations with all the orange nations, because that's kind of people that are going to join the coalition. The red indicates the people that have already joined the coalition. So yeah, we just want to do what we can. But I can't really afford to keep diplomatic spending on, so maybe we got to turn our stability slider off for a bit. You hate to see it, but what do you do? We finished our initial research, so we're going to head over to the Age of Renaissance and start getting research here. I'm going to be going for this diplo-rep research here straight away. and improved relations would be great, and the war score cost. And then we can kind of, we'll come back to that when that's done researching and figure out what we'll do next. I'm hoping that I don't get murdered by the coalition for being too greedy. Although it would probably be deserved if it did happen. I think we're going to be okay. Yeah, we're like below 50 with a lot of people, so like maybe we just need to go through and improve with, a few more that are just like on the edge of coalition. Improved relations in this game is pretty insane compared to EU4. You can see it's like in 1 month it's like 1.5 antagonism reduction, so improved relations has a lot more value here. But in a way, that's also a pressure on your economy, because if you have to have a lot of diplomatic spending to improve relations, you're kind of paying a price. So it's kind of interesting. But I'm coached by a lot of people. I might get attacked. I'm losing a lot of money though right now, so I'm like, what can I do? Probably what I need to do is grant more privileges to the nobility so I can tax them more. So I'm going to grab cultural influence here, which is actually really good anyways. The bad side of this is I have to pay for legitimacy now, because, it's going to lower my legitimacy. I'll give them stability decay as well. I really need to give the commoners more stuff too. I'll give the commoners privilege here. I don't mind losing a bit of clergy satisfaction, and communalism isn't really a bad modifier, so it's totally fine. I'm just kind of looking at my taxes, and ideally I would be able to max tax them without being below 50%, so it's kind of where I want to get to. So again, I'm probably going to grant another privilege here. We can have some representation for the commoners in parliament, and we can give them some hunting permits. For the nobility, I think we're going to need to give them some something else here. Nobility controlled serfdom's fine. I think that's closer where we want to be. The nobility still are a little bit of an issue. But for now, they're super happy because I just gave them a bunch of stuff, so. And here we have a coalition war. Deserved. Try my best to win, though. Ooh, if we win some battles here, though, we might be okay. Just got to group up our levies quickly. I try to not get coalition warred, but, of course I get coalition warred within the first 10 years of the game. I mean, what are the odds like? I mean, they don't outnumber us by that much. If my subjects could group with me too, what I'm going to do is go to manage subjects and put them on supportive. In early game, battles are really, really important. So yeah, if I could win some battles, that would be huge. Playing on 4-speed too, I got to try hard this. Oh no, subjects. Throwing. Okay, there's a nice little stack here that's kind of isolated. I'll make sure I balance my units anytime I go to battle though. We should be good on that battle. Get a bit of war score. There's 7,000 guys there, but I think I can win. I'm just going to chase them down. There's 2,000 guys behind me though. Guys, group up, group up. I think they are. Okay, perfect. See, my subjects are grouping up here. This is huge. Let's go to this battle here. I think we can win this battle here. Oh, yeah. Good war score. And the other, win a battle here. They still have 18,000 guys. There's just a lot of them. To be fair, I was a little bit greedy. Oh, and also, I shouldn't leave this on improving Diplo rep. I want to push centralization again, but yeah, I might as well. Like, they're already declaring a war. It's not like the improved relations modifier is going to help much. Let's change back towards centralization. I'm trying to just take them out before they group up. Oh, they reinforced this. That's okay. That's good. That's good. We got good war score. I didn't really want to be in a coalition war though. And with coalition wars, you can't separate peace people. You can see here, so it's like not ideal, right? But it is, it is what it is. I took it to a little bit too much land. I didn't think I would get warred with. It is what it is. Pretty big battle here. Hopefully they reinforce. Oh yeah, perfect. Very, very good. This isn't good for my economy at all. I'm already in 176 ducats of debt. I guess I'm going to turn off diplomatic spending. We're just going to have to go into a little bit of debt to start. They're sieging it over here, which I can probably deal with. Well, me and my subjects combined can. Let's go for battle here. And so we're definitely winning this war. Though, I don't really want any land. Let's go ahead and get money in this war and leave. Like, I don't really want anything else. I have too much AE right now anyway. It would be a good idea to get more. I wasn't planning on that war, but I think what's helpful about that is I can probably get out of debt. Yeah, that's awesome. So that is useful. And then I do need to figure out my estates a little bit more. The nobility just aren't happy enough right now. Suppose I can do inherited offices. It's not my favorite because it's a bunch of negative stuff, but it makes them pretty happy. And then I just need like one more privilege so I can actually tax them all the time. Let's see what I can do. Yeah, I can probably just give out primacy of the nobility. It gives them a lot of power, but yeah, I just need to get, I need to get them a little bit more happy. I just lost a ton of crown power for that. It is what it is. I'd like to make more subjects. I just don't know if I can at the moment. Go ahead and call our second parliament here. We can promote the integration process. This is pretty handy because while it's being debated, you get more integration speed. And then you get a bunch of bonus integration if it wins. And the nobility want bellicose support, which is actually good. Bellicose support pushes you towards belligerent, which in turn gives you war score costs. So it's a pretty important thing for our run. And in general, we do need to grant more privileges to the other states. But right now, like for example, this one here gives you more towards belligerent, which is useful. But it's just been kind of tough because we don't have that much money to pay for our legitimacy. And, whenever we get lower than 100 legitimacy, it's pretty expensive here. However, we are going to look for a law change here. We're going to change the distribution of power. Again, that pushes decentralization, which we don't want. And I'm going to swap to favor the common people so I can tax the commoners more. And then I'm going to ask for another law change, possibly. And I'm going to change to this one here that gives us a bit of peasant to state satisfaction and also 2.5 satisfaction overall. I think that's going to be okay for that parliament. I want to build some scriptoriums here, or, at least one. Can build it in our capital because it has the most control. The idea here is that we want to build libraries, but we need to be able to produce books to build libraries. And the reason we want libraries is because it helps with our cultural influence, which allows us to integrate and annex faster. You can see when they have 30 now. And if you look over here at a location that's being integrated, such as Verona, you can see that because of our cultural influence not being so great versus the Venetians, that it's going to take us longer to integrate. So we kind of want to work on getting that resolved. The Black Death is here, but not a big deal. It's not quite to our land anyways, so we don't need to deal with it yet. And who knows, maybe it won't come to our land. The Black Death has spread here, and what I'm going to do to combat that is segregate the infected, which costs 10 stability, but gives you 15% global disease resistance. And that's basically all we're going to do to combat it. There's not much more we can do. But I do want to start annexing some subjects. So I'm going to go ahead and start annexing over here. I need better relations with my other subjects to annex, actually. So we better go ahead and improve relations when we can. I have no diplomats, and I'm not paying for diplomat spending, so I'm not getting many diplomats. That's okay. You can see here when we have small subjects, we get a bonus to annex them faster. And because it's our own culture too, it's super, super fast to annex these guys. We did lose our extra cabinet member though, which is unfortunate. It's nice having that. I just want to check on the HRE status, see what's going on here. Guelphs are 21% towards winning, and the HRE is 18%. And I don't know why he's blindfolded. He probably lost his eyes from the Black Death. Who knows? I'm gonna go ahead and build a city guard so I can recruit professional armies. And I'm gonna see if I can build some libraries. I guess I can, but I'm gonna run out of books, I'm sure, if I try to build a bunch of them. See immediately book shortage. I don't have that many scriptoriums to produce books, but it's okay. They'll build over time. Yeah, you'll see that's stalled, not a big deal. Annex one of our subjects, though. We can probably look to annex the other ones. Well, I need improved relations, actually. It's going to up my diplomatic spending in the short term. Call Parliament here. We're probably not going to be going to any wars for second here. Again, we're coalitioned once again. This time in the coalition smaller, I don't think it'll fire, but I don't really want to be going to war for it. I'm pretty high on antagonism. I can look for some more law changes. I think for now our laws are pretty solid. I suppose I could change a law to push towards belligerent. Probably be smart. You can see if we can give out some more stuff that they want and see if we can get another law change. Oh, and I did favor the common people, so I can increase taxes there a little bit. I do need to grant more privileges out, especially to the burghers. We'll go and give out urban development grants for monthly development. There's lots of stuff I want to give out, but every time I give out a privilege, it makes the nobility really upset. It'd be tempting to go to another war, but I just think that it would be a little bit of a bad idea to do that so soon. But I can just go for some law changes that I want to get out of the way. I like to switch my censorship to no censorship for trend towards humanist. It's not a bad idea to just get all your law changes out of the way early. Get your nation in the direction that you want. Building libraries is going to be a little bit slow with how our lack of books is, right? Every time we try to queue a library, it's just telling us, yeah, we don't have the books for it. I kind of want to pay for stability, but our money is a little tight right now. But yeah, we'll pay for a little bit for stability. We'd rather not be negative stability if we could avoid it. So I can grab professional armies, but it'd be a lot of stability. I'd rather look to get the Renaissance since I almost have it embraced. Maybe I do want to boost my stab a bit, since we know it's going to cost a bit of stab there. And I do want to start annexing those subjects as well if I can. Whenever we annex one subject, though, it's going to make the other immediately lose opinion, so we're not going to be able to annex both. You need 150 opinion to start annexing, so just something I'm not going to be able to do straight away. Now that I have 100 manpower, I'm going to go ahead and recruit some footmen. Mostly I'm just doing this for crown power, and I have a lot of land to integrate. I really need to grab a couple more subjects here. And I like to just look at what needs to be integrated and then kind of go through the list and add those. Though I know that, yeah, we just need to make some more subjects. I didn't want to make too many subjects early because I thought they might be disloyal. So I'm not going to, probably won't make everything a subject yet because I think that would cause some definite loyalty issues. But making a couple is certainly probably a good idea. I think stopping at 5 seems reasonable enough for me. You can see we're almost hitting our diplo cap with that. We could up our diplo spending, but I don't really want to have to do that. So let's go ahead and pick up the Renaissance. Again, this is going to hurt our stability quite a bit. That's okay. We'll, recover it over time. The big reason why we want that is because it gives us an extra cabinet member, as well as crown power, and then as well as cultural influence. Just a lot of good things here. There's actually a law down here we want that gives diplo rep. So we've got a lot to research. We'll just go ahead and get going there. So I can't grab all the institutions. And eventually I'd want to, but for now the stability cost is too much. The more institutions you have embraced, though, the faster your research speed gets. Next, another subject, but that probably means we can create a new subject as well. We got our 100 soldiers here. I want to put my leader in the army. This will give you a massive crown power boost here. You can see we're at 24%, and on the month tick, up to 28%, so pretty solid. And I think what I need to do is just up my diplo spending for a little bit so I can start improving with my subjects. I can pick up professional armies just for a little bit more research speed. Totally fine with that. I'll pick up the third institution, again, just for the research speed. We're fine to go a little bit negative in the stability. So I'm going to go ahead and accept Venetian culture. It's Italian, so it's really cheap to accept. So yeah, we're just going to have it as accepted culture. That way it will be our cores as soon as we get integrated, of course, which is going pretty slowly at the moment. We're going to call another parliament, and we can, just fix a few laws here. I like to push towards humanist, and we did kind of do that earlier with the censorship law, but there's another censorship law in air religion, which I'm going to switch to any religion. I'm going to go ahead and request some additional taxes here. We still have a lot of antagonism, so there's not really a need to conquer, but we can just max out our taxes for a bit, make some money. So the Catholic Church starts passing this antagonism receive negative 20% thing, which is super useful. And the big thing that I really want before I continue my conquest is to get out of the HRE. Well, that'd be ideal at least. So Black Death ended. We did lose 625k people. That, you know, quite a bit. I can handle a bit more subjects, I think, too. So we got 6 subjects, I believe, now, and that's fine. We don't really have much antagonism anymore, though, and I would like to expand beyond my capital. I should definitely, you know, invade Pavia as soon as possible. Got a new reform available. I'm going to go for plutocratic ethos for the legislative efficiency it provides. Got a schism in the Catholic Church. That's okay. Tends to happen. It happens around 1360, generally speaking. The bad thing about it is that we can't get papal bulls anymore after that. Basically, we can't get the antagonism pact from the Catholic Church. I might need to annex a couple more of these factions here. I can see that the Italians are barely winning as far as leaving the HRE goes. And if I could eliminate some of those other members, that would help. Wow, till death do us part. Huge. Achievement unlocked. Our cause is just. You guys that come from EU4 are probably familiar with this one, but you get negative 20 antagonism received for 10 years. And now I really want to go to war. It's a sign. I think I have to. I feel like I'm contractually obligated to. And Parliament's here too, so it's like, yeah, I guess so. I still need more libraries, I think, too. Yeah, I'm gonna need to build more libraries. I can only build libraries in cities, though. So call Parliament. Let's fabricate a classless belly against Pavia. The reason we want to do Pavia is because we get control around our capital, and they happen to be bordered to us, so I feel like that'd be a lot of value for us to pick up that. I gotta have a diplomat. Oh no. I kind of forgot I need to grant more privileges. But we'll go with no labor on Sunday and means of production for the peasants. Although that's going to piss off the nobility a bit. I probably shouldn't grant anything else. I like to grant any privileges that gives loyalty without doing anything that's like really too bad. Yeah, we're just going to get diplomat and then go ahead and declare war on Pavia. I don't think it'll be too difficult of a war here. With forts, sometimes they start with low maintenance and you might be able to assault. Like 93, that might work, but I feel like it's you know, it's a choice. We'll do it. We'll see. I don't know. This changes a lot from patch to patch too on how powerful assaulting is. It seems doable for a really low garrison fort. That's fine. But I don't know if I want to do it again. I don't know. 118 garrison, that might be too much. Oh no. I reinforced too. Oh no. Oh, skill issue there. That is less than ideal. I didn't have a general either. That's great. I did that so I could show you guys what it would be like to lose a battle. Of course, I wouldn't normally lose a battle. I'm hoping my guys can group up with me a little bit. Guys, let's group up. My subjects are kind of just getting isolated and killed. I didn't set the new subjects to supportive. That's why that's happening. Skill issue there. I kind of forgot. Come on, guys. We got to group up. Oh, no. That isn't ideal. I got 3k guys down here, though. It's just not good. Maybe I'll just leave and hope they split up or something, right? Guys, oh, wait. They're kind of split up here? I don't know if they reinforce. Hopefully not. No, we're good. We're good. Quick win there. I still don't know if I feel comfortable fighting that 6,000 stack. Maybe I can get this guy to group with me. Oh, yeah. Ooh, a nice stack wipe there. Let's go ahead and try to win this one. Close battle. I think we're going to win. Yeah. Okay. Their middle broke. There's a lot of broken flanks here, but they have more broken flanks, right? Yeah, we win. Okay, cool. Ooh, sack wipe. That is beautiful. Because I definitely made some mistakes in this war. I think it would be okay, but I'm like, oh, that was, you gotta be careful. Gotta be more careful than that, I guess. Jeez, that's a lot of AE for just taking a little bit of my rightful land. Yikes. I think down here isn't in the HRE, or I'm hoping at least. Nope, it is. Okay. I feel like this is my rightful land, but other people don't feel the same way, so I don't know. I just want to be out of the HRE so I don't get such a bad penalty, but I'm just going to take it because it's my rightful land. Nothing I could do. But I'm not going to be greedy like I was the first war. But maybe I will be. Like, I can't prove that I won't be greedy necessarily. Oh, no. I should have waited to leave the HRE. I think I can start annexing nobody because I don't have diplomats. So yeah, that's usual. I don't really want them to siege my capital. Leave it alone. But they, they're siege racing me. And you know how that is. The AI is always better at siege racing than you are. Yeah, early game sieging with just levies is brutal. But we got there. So I don't want to be greedy, but I just want to take, a little bit of land that feels like it's my rightful land. And I know I get a really good event from taking the land in Pavia because I played Milan before, of course. I've seen the future. Now, I just hope that no one's going to overreact to me taking like a little bit of my rightful land. Like Genoa over here is already overreacting. Come on, man. I'm just got to have privileges with a few people that are overreacting. This event here, you got to fund this really expensive, development so you can get this super cabinet action. You'll see it in a bit. I'll show you. Best cabinet action in the game. But I want to start some annexations. So there's a historical event you want, and you're going to want to proceed with the plan. Gain a road, connect your land down to Pavia. I'm integrating what I can, and I'm trying to annex what I can as well. I've got 6 subjects, though. So I got an event here. I don't even think I've seen this event. We got to have this royal park. Absolutely. Attempted assassination in my land? Yeah, they can kill my leader. I don't care. Attempted and succeeded assassination. As long as we got the royal park, that's all we need. Got a new law available that I can't afford. But someday we're going to afford it. I'm losing money at the moment, though, because diplomatic spending is so high. I'm just not going to pay for it anymore, I can start annexing some of these smaller subjects, though. I eventually need to annex all my subjects, but in time. So I'm gonna grab the Diplo rep here in my Republican electorate law. Man, this is like super close. I need the Guelphs to win. I do not want to be in the HRE. Get me out. Got another parliament. I want to say my laws are mostly the way I want though, but I could check to see if there's anything that I really want just to get it out of the way. I think I'm happy with it for now. And I doubt, I mean, I could go to another war, but I don't think I think it's just going to be request additional taxes and collect some money, and then I should be happy with that. I've got a bit more land to integrate, but it's nothing crazy. Annex the subject here. Yeah, I just keep on that annexation train. I got rights to the nobles law, and I wanted to point out to you guys that you shouldn't curtail the nobles because this is going to take away their ability to be in the cabinet. And yeah, I would say it's kind of a noob trap, but instead I go for the negative 20% port maintenance. Yeah, I'm just trying to annex more subjects. I think they're on the wrong side of the Guelphs and Ghibellines event, so I'm like, I gotta get them out of here. So there's this awesome event here. It moves the capital, but it gives you this integrate Lombard claims for 30 years. It's just like super good integration speed. So yeah, it's definitely something you want to do. So you can just change our action here to Lombard claims, and it's really, really solid. So we're not gonna be using subjects for a bit because we have this super integrate ability, and that we want to be a bit aggressive with it. Could be a good idea to get an alliance with Naples, though. Wouldn't be bad to have one friend at Italy. But, I mean, they're mad because I'm a target of a coalition right now. They need to relax. I'll have to up my diplomatic spending for a little bit. I have 30 years to take advantage of this ability, but, yeah, so long as I'm continuously integrating people, that's fine. Kind of just want to go to war with them and, take some land that's rightfully mine. So I got an event here for our special library we built earlier. We could either get institution growth or cultural tradition, and I think I'll go with the cultural tradition. Again, that's just going to help with our annexation speed even further. Unfortunately, the H3 is winning right now, despite my best efforts. So I want to annex people that are in the other side, I guess. It's like, yeah, these people need to go. They're supporting the wrong cause. Like, I don't want to be in the H3. Or maybe I do want to be in the H3. I don't know. It's not that bad, I guess. I just want to explain integration for a minute. Green means that it's cored. You can see what cores do. You get 20 max control. Yellow only gives 5 max control. And then it has slower simulation and a bit of separatism still. Red indicates conquered, which is obviously pretty rough here, negative 10 control and 50 separatism. And then the yellow lines going through the red just means that you're integrating it actively, just to kind of explain how that works. So for the land here, we would actually either need to culture convert or accept the culture. And since it's Italian culture, we might be able to just accept it. So you just go ahead and promote this culture here. In the month, you should see that change to cord, which should be pretty valuable for us. I don't think I quite have the culture capacity to accept Tuscan. No, it's a bit too expensive, so we can't do that, but that's totally okay. We could perhaps culture convert it a bit later. I'm gonna send a gift to my subject, just want to get them annexed. So I'm trying to get an alliance with Naples here, but right now I'm likely the target of a coalition, which gives me a bit of a debuff. So I kind of need to wait to go to war, even though I have this really crazy good buff. But Parliament is getting mad because I haven't called it. So I'm just trying to get out of this coalition, do some improving relations. Just like 2 people left. I do have a subject to annex as well. I better call Parliament, though. They're getting upset I haven't called in a while. I guess I can get some claims. Looks like the burghers actually have more influence than ability now. I think we want to get a claim. I just don't know who on yet. I suppose we could go after Genoa, Ferrara, and Mantua. I'd rather have Naples help, but yeah, we'll be fine. Just fabricate on Genoa. I could give the burghers a tax exemption, but I don't think I want to. That's what they want, but I'm like, I'm not doing that. Go ahead and stabilize our country with our 3rd counter action. I really want to get to integrating them, but I really want to get that alliance. And right now, I could be integrating more land with that claim. Like, I really want to get value here. I just kind of want to sneak that alliance because I think I'm going to get more coalitions. And actually, I'm really close to this alliance. I'm like 1 away. I actually just need a diplomat, and I think we're good. Okay, so everything I own is integrated now. Some of it isn't my culture, and that's okay. I guess I could actually start culture converting since I'm not doing anything else. And then I could actually get more value that way. Because again, if you hit 50% of your culture as a majority, then you go ahead and core it. If you can't accept it, and so, a lot of times when our culture capacity is pressured like this, that's what you got to do if you want to get more value. But I'm just trying to get an alliance with Naples. I'm really close. Yeah, there we go. So I can go ahead and ally Naples. That's really good. And we got a new law, the bureaucracy law. I'm going to go with centralized bureaucracy, which gives progress to centralization and then road building time. And speaking of roads, I definitely am going to get some of those going. I've just been kind of prioritizing building libraries because of the way this special integrate works, as though we only get it for 30 years. So I wanted to make sure that I was pretty decent at culture converting. Like normally I wouldn't go for libraries so soon. Anyways, we can go ahead and research some more stuff. There's a lot of stuff that's nice in this age. The way that research works, you can generally research all the stuff that you really want, but you're going to miss out on some stuff, of course. You got to make some choices. So I'm picking up some max literacy, some diplomatization cost, just things that I think are going to be good. So I'm going to start currying favors with Naples. Need some favors if I want to call them into war. I don't really think I need to call them to this next war. I just want to get it going. But yeah, right now I'm wasting the opportunity to use this really good integration speed, so I just want to make sure that I'm getting into a war quickly. I'm just going to go ahead and declare war on Genoa. He used to be allied to Ferrara, but I guess that alliance broke. That's fine. We've got 17,000 levies now, so quite a bit. Of course, we've grown our nation a lot in size since we started. I'm going to rush his capital. I think I can do that. The garrison's probably low enough. I need to make sure to get a general. I keep forgetting to do that. I can actually automate that. I should. I'm just going to automate that. It will assign generals and admirals for me. But yeah, I'm going to go ahead and just assault this fort. It only has the half garrison right now. This only works at the start of a war, though, because after that, garrison kind of fills up. Quickly deal with Mantua here. And then if I annex them, I can get my guys starting to annex again, or rather integrate again. Oh, there's another fort. I think I can assault it. It's fine. It's not full. It's not filled. All good. It hurts, though. If this war was any difficult, I definitely wouldn't want to be doing this. But they only have like 7,000 guys. We're going to improve up the rep before we end the war. And just go ahead and annex these guys. Of course, integrate with our special interaction here, which is the integrate Lombard claims. And this garrison's really full. I can try this on the assault. And more so, I just kind of want to show you guys what that might look like, just so you guys know. So you can see it, like, it's pretty devastating. I just lost like 5,000 guys trying to assault. I could try to assault again. I mean, yeah, you can see how bad this assault situation turned out, though, right? A majority of my army trying to assault there. But one little trick we can do is just disband our levies and try to get new ones. We get 10,000 new guys, but it's probably just not worth the population loss there, you know? Those are my people that I sent to their deaths. I mean, they died for a good cause, I guess. Gonna ransom some prisoners because it just lowers antagonism. Get a new rival Genoa, I suppose. I did want to leave the HRE, but it looks like we're not leaving the HRE anytime soon. It's fine. I tried, though. Can't really siege this well here. I don't want to send another assault like I did before on Genoa. I think that was a bit too costly for me to want to do that. I have some extra money, though. I want to build some roads out from our capital. That's fine. So just building a couple roads there. I split my army into two so I can try to deal with these guys that are running around. I'm over my culture cap just a little bit here. Totally okay. But it does hurt my efficiency count just a tiny bit. I want to fight Ferrara, but I think I need Naples to help. Like, my alliance broke with them? I don't know how that happened. I must have not accepted a call to arms. I must have missed it. I'm going to end the war with Genoa. Yeah, I guess we're going to take quite a bit of land here. Maybe I shouldn't, but I have that buff. I just got to take advantage of it, right? Even if I get a little coalition. I also got a new subject. I can go ahead and allow slave religion because I have some Sunni pops, I believe, or some slaves. But yeah, we might get coalitioned a little bit, but I can now integrate all these claims, or, you know, start integrating claims. We'll try to just start improving relations. It's mostly because it's the HRE. Unfortunately, Italy didn't leave the HRE. I would have preferred that they did. But yeah, it looks like they're about to win it. It was close, but yeah, it looks like we're going to stay in the HRE, sadly. Shattered dream. That's unfortunate. More people even join the HRE. It's like, you know, the HRE has a super antagonism thing, so at least if I attack in the HRE, it'll be a little better, because I won't have to deal with the Emperor every time or something, right? I guess there's a bright side to it. Wow, I got coalition ward fast. Uh-oh, they're going to go for my troops. No. Yeah, this might be problematic. Was I too greedy? No, it's just that I'm slightly outnumbered here, but these guys are aggressive. They just attacked me out of nowhere. I was actually hoping this wouldn't happen. I'm not supposed to be getting coalition ward. At least Ferrara didn't join. Like, not even that many people joined. Like, it could have been so much worse. I'm actually lucky that they didn't join with more people in time. But nice little battle here. I'm going to actually wait to engage. Oh, wait, I failed to wait to engage. Oh, you guys are fine. You can hold. Oh, no. My line broke. Oh, we won. That was bad. This is what happens when you forget to balance your unit. You can see that my one flank was like, has all my guys. A little bit of a almost skill issue there. It went okay. But I just got to be more careful than that. The second war of the anti-Milan coalition. I'm trying to improve with people over here so I don't get further coalitioned. This war's not too bad. I outnumber them. They probably should have waited to declare war until the coalition got bigger. I can't really get anything in the war. Like, you know, you can't separate peace coalitions. But yeah, we're just trying to improve with other people as we can. Just going to demand like a little bit of money. Not 28 ducats. Like, it's not that big of a deal. Although it might be bad because the coalition might like reform and now the other people could join. So I got to be careful. I would not want that. We should be coalitioning Ferrara. That guy's aggressive. I can develop the interior, and this actually pushes me towards land, which is essentially proximity cost. I'll just show you guys that. If you hover over this, you can see it gives us proximity cost through land, along with some other nice stuff. I do eventually want to push humanist, so I could look to change my religious or my education of the masses law. I'm going to switch to devout education. And the reason this is fine is because it gives less towards spiritualist than the other one does. You can see this one does 0.1 and this one does 0.02. Then I'll see if I can do another thing in Parliament. If they want me to reduce opinion, that's totally fine. And then I could probably just either get a claim or get some taxes. It might be interesting to be able to go to war with Ferrara before he joins a coalition that's bigger. So yeah, maybe we could do that. Fabricata on Ferrara. I could declare with Ferrara, and then Aragon won't join. But I don't know if I should because the AE is like really, really rough, you know? You know, I suppose I can just declare war on Ferrara. Go ahead and do that. I don't want to let them group, so I just want to send my army in to take out these guys. I'm at war with Ferrara and Savoy. If I let them group, it could be bad, but I think if we don't let them group, it should be fine. So we won a battle there. That's good. They're retreating. Should be easy battle here. Oh, shoot. I went too towards naval because I failed that debate. Oops. I was supposed to not fail that debate. Nice battle here. I really need to get Savoy out of the war. This war is kind of just difficult because I can't be everywhere at once. I don't really want Savoy's land. I just want him to go away, you know? That's all it is. I mean, he's on the H3 though, is he? Or is he also trapped in the H3? Oh yeah, no, he's not. So stuff over here is not in the H3, so it's actually probably good land for me to take. Oh no, France is in Italy? How did France get in Italy? I don't like that. I mean, I'm kind of just looking at what is Italy culture because that's easier for me to accept when I consider what I want to take. But I might be, you know, I'm kind of being a little bit too aggressive in this campaign in general. I don't want to jump the gun. So I'm trying to decide what would be like reasonable to take in this war. I mean, as long as I'm able to integrate more and more land, I'm happy. And I have plenty of land to integrate, so I don't even know that I really need that much. I'll just start a piece of Savoy. I don't want to be too aggressive. I just want to take a little bit. But I'm already getting, you know, a bit more AE than I'm comfortable with at the moment. I was hoping not be in the H3 because I think that's the root cause of the problem. It's unfortunate that France is in Italy too. I don't know how he got land. This happens in EU4 too, you know, like France somehow gets into Italy and you're like, ah, that's going to be super annoying to try to get him out of Italy. Yeah, I need to start sieging Ferrara, but it's going to be a pretty slow process. And I'm just like watching my antagonism because I took a little bit of land and I'm like, I'm kind of a little bit too aggressive and yeah, I got to slow down. I'm trying to get a value out of this really good ability I have for 30 years, but I'm kind of pushing my nation a little bit to the limit as far as like aggressive expansion goes. But that's probably okay. It's only for 30 years that you get this buff, and I don't remember when I got it, but it's probably, you know, on its last 10 years, I'd say. I just didn't want to waste it. I'm trying to improve relations with as many people as I can while I do this war, though. I don't know that taking land is a good idea, though. We have another parliament. I think we're just going to use parliament to get some money here. Totally fine with me. Press additional taxes, max out those taxes, and yeah, should be good. I do have a call for peace, so I can't really, you know, stall this war much longer, which is unfortunate because, yeah, it's like I'm too aggressive to take much. Maybe the idea is just like white peace him, and then I can declare again later. I think taking more land would just be death by coalition. So I'm just going to go for money, war reps, and have Manuel with Savoy. Immediately got declared on? Come on. Why? Yeah, I'm too aggressive. This isn't ideal. Not ideal. Keep getting coalition word over and over. Don't worry, guys. I'm trying to teach you how to get coalitioned over and over. Just kind of running around dealing with this coalition. I may have been a tad bit more aggressive than I intended, but go ahead and end this coalition. Just a little bit of money. I'm glad I didn't take any more land in that war, or we probably would have got coalitioned by a lot more people. I want to build some more roads. Roads are super useful. I'm not sure how much longer we have our special ability, but I can't imagine it's super long. But I think we got the most value we could out of it. We've been integrating a lot. So you kind of see that we're able to start making a lot of money pretty fast. And as far as integration goes, you know, it is going to be some time to get it all integrated, but our special ability is, you know, we're getting the most value out of it. And this really just makes our integration much faster than normal. And so, yeah, Milan has kind of a little bit of a crazy buff to start off with, but I'm really trying to improve relations and not be coalitioned anymore. So I can use the Catholic ability here that lets us canonize. I don't know if that's how you say it, but you can get quite a bit of prestige. So I'm a max prestige now. Prestige is good for reducing your antagonism impact here. You can see you get antagonism change modifier. I'm just going to go ahead and upgrade some RGOs. I'm thinking I might want to integrate some land before we just continue to conquer. We have a lot of AE as well. So I might just go ahead and call this parliament and just use it. If I fail this debate too, it pushes me towards land because it's a naval debate. And I want to push towards land. So I'm just going to request additional taxes. I've almost integrated all the land that I can at the moment, which is crazy. I don't know. This has got to be almost over, though. I don't remember when I got it, but I'm pretty sure it was in the 1370s. So 30 years should probably be up here soon, and I'll lose that good integration speed. We just unlocked armors, though. That could be handy. Just having some cannons will really speed up the sieges in war. And one handy thing is you can just left-click, build the manpower buildings, and right-click to build the armies. And same with Navy. So really handy, just a little shortcut for you guys. Left-click, right-click. And adding on to that advice, most things have a left and a right-click function. And if you look here, you can see go to balance or open cabinet, for example, as a hotkey. Or, you know, if you hover really any menu, you want to make sure that, you know, there's a right-click option here. Being able to assign with left click and change with right click, yeah, just really, really handy. Just make sure that you will look out for your right and left clicks. You can see here another option, cancel improve opinion or open diplomacy panel. Anyway, just a little bit of advice for you guys. But I have managed to get my antagonism pretty low by this point. Although, you know, it's been a long time. And, you know, in the meantime, we've been able to make some money, build some roads, kind of build up our nation a little bit. You can see we start to have a bit of control surrounding our capital with our roads. Nothing crazy. You know, we of course are just in the first age, or I guess the second age, technically. But if I could just find one really good ally, maybe even allying to France would be a possibility. I don't know. Maybe not. I could try. I just figure if I could get one strong ally, that would go a long way. But yeah, I have another parliament, but I think I want to get rid of this coalition once and for all. Mostly so I can get some allies. So I might wait to go to war. I imagine this buff is about gone too. So, you know, I mean, I don't want to feel like I wasted it, but I feel like I got a lot of value. It wouldn't be a bad idea to build some armories. Start getting some manpower built up. In the early game, I think it's the most valuable to build cannons with your levies rather than try to build infantry. Like, you can build infantry, it's just not super feasible. I haven't even locked cannons yet, by the way, but we'll get there. And there go all my integrated Lombard claims. That means that that ability is gone now, which is sad, but we got a lot of value out of it, so we can be happy about that. And we can start assimilating culture a bit. And we got to assimilate where this is kind of yellow because we don't have the culture capacity. In fact, we're actually over our culture capacity at the moment, it looks like. So what we need to do is just start assimilating a bit. We just need to assimilate to 50% as well. I'm gonna go ahead and just expand our geos. You can kind of just shift left click and it's just gonna pick valuable ones. So pretty handy. We just expand a ton of our geos there. If there's no leader in the HRE for 5 years, I can actually leave the HRE peacefully. That could be interesting. They have to be a majority vote to be elected, so maybe that'll happen. I'm not sure. But I'm not very aggressive at the moment. I'm like, maybe... I mean, this war doesn't look that... Fighting Ferrara... Oh, he's already at war, though. Who's he fighting? Well, he's in 2 wars. This might be a good opportunity. Yeah, he's in 2 wars, and his allies aren't willing to join. This could be my moment. Yeah, I think we got to call Parliament and at least consider doing that. Just pick a burger agenda and fabricate a claim on Ferrara. This is just a really good opportunity to fight Ferrara. I think this war is doable. It just seems like an opportunity I can't pass up on. Someday I'm going to have cannons. Maybe even build a few more armories. Armories are really expensive. You can see here I'm paying 11 a month for armories, so don't want to go overkill with them. But they would definitely help me with sieging in this war. Maybe I go for Savoy first. I don't know. They elected Austria as the emperor. That's fine. That means I can't get out of the HRE for free, though. Wait, what's going on here? Burgundy formed? I thought I was fighting Savoy, but they like turned into Burgundy or something. I don't know. I guess that's what happened. Yeah, because they're called Savoy here. That's bizarre. France could be a good ally, but I mean... They kind of don't like me, and I was going to take some more land, and then they really won't like me. Someone else is sieging Ferrara. I'm like, that's kind of annoying. We have an unfortunate scenario here. They're unsieging, but there's mountains here, and it's winter. So maybe we got to break off this siege and try to... Yeah, we'll go deal with them. I figure I just need to get Burgundy out of the war first. Yeah, cannons would be lovely, as I said. It's tough to siege right now. They're kind of just running over here, and I've got to like chase them down. One of my favorite features, though, is you can just right-click to chase down unit. You don't need to worry about it again. Also, the Catholic Church was united, which means we can ask for a papal bull. I'm going to go for this Divini one. I just remember this is the divine right to conquest because it gives aggressive expansion effect. That's being voted for. It takes a year to vote for, but I've never seen the vote not pass. So it's kind of just, you know, wait a year and you get some AE impact. Oh, it's winter again? Why is it always winter? People are starving out here and it's winter. Yeah, I'm stuck here for the winter, actually. That's not great. Like, I was going to help fix the supply line to them, but then it's winter, so what do you do? It's going to be a long winter over there. That's all I can say. I'm going to end the war here. It's quite aggressive, but I think it'll be okay. I'm not sure. I'm kind of just hoping for the best, you know? Hopefully they won't coalition me. I figured I would just take, you know, some of the land that seemed like it belonged to me. You know how it is. Wait, no, you don't. They're kind of mad, actually, though, if I'm being honest. These mountains are brutal, I will say. Just, you know, you lose a lot of people. A lot of good men died there. I'm going to recruit a couple cannons. I can't really afford much, but maybe a little bit. I just want to start getting some siege bonuses when we're siege forts. I'm just going to try to white piece out some secondary targets here. The war's been going on a while. I might even just offer Provence a little bit of money. Well, I guess I don't have that little bit of money, actually, so never mind. I'm getting a white piece in a minute because I haven't touched the war goal here in a while. I just need a separate piece from other people, though. So I'm just going to white piece Provence. Offer a little money to Siena just to leave. I think I honestly have a few too many armories. I'm going to destroy just a couple armories. I unlocked universities here, and I get to pick a policy because of that. I'm going to go for education of the court for the efficiency of cabinet. I'm getting to this point where I've kind of researched everything I need in the age or really want. So I'm kind of just going for things I might want. Maybe some clergy satisfaction. Taking land of the HRE is, you know, pretty insane. Like one piece of land and they like start panicking. Like, I don't even know if I can take the land from Ferrara like again. Maybe I shouldn't have taken the land over here. So you can see it gives a little siege bonus now. Nothing crazy, but, you know, it's definitely going to be helpful. Although I do have this call for peace. It's because the war has been going on quite a long time. And, yeah, I don't know what I should be taking in this war. I'm just going to take money and war reps. I don't want to get more AE. I shouldn't have taken the land over here from Burgundy. I thought I might be able to handle it, but clearly it's too much. Okay, we'll just come back later. Probably just call a parliament and see if I can... Ooh, we got a roads debate. Roads debates are great because they push you towards centralization. Well, that means we actually want to succeed in the debate. But I'd also like to get some taxes. Taxes are super OP, really, if I'm being honest. But yeah, they're great. I think I might just have to turn up diplomatic spending for a little bit so I can get some diplomats. Everyone is kind of a little bit salty with me, but it's chill. Improve with Venice a bit. I'm going to go ahead and get some subjects going. Basically, the idea is I should be using subjects to integrate, and then I can use my cabinet actions to assimilate. Since here I'm just working on culture converting a little bit over here. I think I might want to push humanists, though, too. You can kind of see a cycle like similar to EU4, where we go to war, and then we get a lot of AE, and then we kind of have to wait to, you know, for that to go down, and then we kind of build up our nation in the meantime. So kind of a similar process. A couple more subjects released. We have 7 subjects now. It's not a big deal though. And over my culture capacity, I might need to just drop Venetian culture, which will cost some stability, but it's something that probably has to be done. I can actually accept 1 more culture here. Well, actually, I don't have the prestige, but someday I can. I'm gonna go ahead and change my society values towards humanist. This helps with our cultural conversion. I want to up my diplo spending too, just so I can start improving the subjects. I have 7 subjects that I'll need to annex eventually. Call it parliament. It's just going to be a parliament where we get taxes. So I should have the room to accept another culture here. And that's good because we can, that'll integrate a bit of that land. And then we're just working on culture converting a little bit of the other land. And we're moving towards humanist, so we're going to be better at doing that. So I'm just going to be improving relations with all 7 subjects at once here. You can kind of just go to the manage subjects tab here. And I just like to right click and then see if they're in need of relations improvement, like this one is here. I should probably check my capital for some unique capital buildings, like the Republican Assembly here gives us better efficiency. I should build that. And then just look through to make sure that I'm not missing any buildings. So the Chancery, we can get efficiency of cabinet, so that's good. I can actually build 2 levels of this, so I'll probably do that in a second. So improve relations with all my subjects, and once I start that, I can turn off my diplo spending. See here, we're slowly building up. We're starting to make a lot of money. But, things are looking pretty good. We're gonna do 1 more parliament before we go to war again. And, just gonna get some money, raise taxes, probably build some roads, maybe expand some RGOs. I think we've actually unlocked universities too. We could build some of those for a better research speed. It's probably better to just build the economy. Just get some RGOs in there. I'm just kind of researching stuff. Like I should probably get the can invest in culture. I'll show you what that does in a minute here. But other than that, it's kind of just, you get to the point where you're just kind of like, well, I can grab a couple more things, but I don't really know what's that important to have necessarily. Actually, the extra culture capacity could be really good here. I missed that. I'm going to start some annexations. We just unlocked the you can invest in culture, and there's just like a slider that you could pay for culture. I can accept Corsican. It's pretty cheap in culture. Although I don't have the prestige, but I'm paying for the slider now, so I'll get prestige a bit faster now. So I'm going to add accepted culture, Corsican. I think I just need to assimilate some more cultures. I've been able to accept some, as you can see, but yeah, I just need to assimilate the rest of them. And of course, using subjects opens up my guys to do this, or my cabinet members. And I'm probably pushed humanists far enough. I can just assimilate as well. Again, I use the integration map mode a lot. I would recommend pinning this. I'm not going to pay for my culture investment anymore. I don't really need to get prestige. I'm going to get a couple more cannons for my armies here. You can pick recruitment times here. There's normal and additional. Additional just gives you more experience, so you might as well do that if you're not at war or anything like that. I have quite a bit of manpower, so I can build, probably quite a bit of cannons. I'm trying to recruit enough cannons to support 2 stacks of guys. So I'm gonna claim with Ferrara now. It's been a while since I've gone to war, so it's all chill, right? Where no one minds, all good. So I'm gonna fabricate a claim on Ferrara. They've done pretty well for themselves, I have to say. Man, Ferrara even went after Sicily. So I'm gonna go ahead and declare on Ferrara. Although I guess before I do that, I want to see, maybe I can get alliance with France. I've been trying to do that, but nah, he doesn't like me. It's because I'm a large target of a coalition, I think, still. Yeah, I'm going to give up on this France alliance thing. I don't need it. It's a crutch. We go declare war. Burgundy won't help, which is great. I'm just going to stack all my military, all my units, and then I'm going to split them in half. So I'm going to start sieging with our cannon stacks, and we're just going to try to ransom prisoners. It lowers antagonism. But yeah, the cannons are a godsend. Very, very nice to have. I can go ahead and just send 1 stack and put them on defend home territory, which is a pretty nice military objective. It goes around and just kind of wipes out little stacks that are causing trouble. Ferrara is huge, though. It's like, I'm not going to be able to take all their land or anything like that. They have way too much land for that. It's like, it's Italy. I can't really take that much. People start to freak out. It would have been nice if we weren't in the HRE and this wouldn't be so much of an issue, but alas, we are in the HRE. And yeah, all this is in the HRE too. I don't really think we can take that much without pissing off the entirety of the HRE, though. So I'm gonna end the war. I'm just going to take a bit of land. I don't want to take a ton because it's, it's Italy and it's a lot of AE. I guess antagonism-wise, maybe I could have taken more. Yeah, maybe I could have. I was just kind of afraid of the coalition that might form if I did. I can only reduce antagonism when I can improve relations, and like obviously I'm kind of running out of the ability to do that. Italy's just, going to hate me for life. Another parliament. So I think parliament's just going to be about getting some money. We're going to build up our nation for a bit. I mean, we could go to war with Italy. I think we're just, we're in a good spot. We don't need to rush anything. We're about to hit the next age, which is good. Yeah, new subjects, though, as per normal. I want to use my guys to integrate. I'm going to use my cabinet action for other stuff. Mainly, I want to be able to culture convert, so I need to be able to properly integrate all this land. So I'm going to grab some new subjects. In the meantime, we're, of course, just simulating. You can see that we're making 140 a month. It's not bad. Can set a new rival. We could try to leave the HRE, but it wouldn't really help because the rest of Italy is still in it. So I'd have to fight against the Emperor every time, which just doesn't really seem like very great. But also, it looks like only Italy really is mad. I could just, attack the coalition and probably win. It's only a couple people from Italy. I could become a monarchy. Do I want to be a monarchy? I don't know. Historically, Milan becomes a monarchy. I'm struggling to make up my mind here. I guess I can become a monarchy. I'm really a 61 though. I don't think they're gonna have kids, you know? I don't know if I should have become a monarchy or not. But I get some laws. I can grab noble levies. I don't know if I should have become a monarchy. I feel like that may have been a mistake. But oh well. I lost my previous government reform, so I guess I can get the secret council. You get new government stuff each age, and the age is 5 years away from ending, so I'm like, yeah, maybe I'll hold off. But again, I don't know that being a monarchy was the right choice or not. But yeah, I need to start improving with like my new subjects here. Quite a bit of money laying around. Wouldn't be a bad idea to build a couple of roads. Ultimately, you want a road everywhere. Roads get market access too, so that's great. And there we go, we have roads everywhere we can. The next goal is to max out my RGOs, which we will, you know, we've been working on a bit, but we'll, you know, we'll get those maxed out. And I want to build some bridges here. Bridges are great for control. You have to have rivers to build bridges, of course. They're, you know, you can only build bridges over rivers, unfortunately. Otherwise, I build them everywhere, you know. I'm wondering if I have to research stuff in the first age. I do. The main reason I want to be a monarchy, actually, was so I could get royal court customs, because it gives you more legislative efficiency as an option, which could be really helpful. But I don't know what else I'm supposed to unlock in this last stage. Oh, this thing's really good. Maybe being a monarchy is actually worth. I can unlock different succession types, I guess. There's a lot of stuff that I can research, though, that I wasn't able to before. Yeah, I got to research all the monarchy stuff, but okay, that's fine. I'm going to grab royal marriage rights for efficiency cabinet for the nobility. Looks good. I don't know what other privileges I might have unlocked from being a monarchy now. I'm not sure. The secret council sounds cool. Like, it's not bad, but there might be better stuff in the next stage, so I kind of want to wait. I unlocked the royal court customs. Itinerary court is super good. Yeah, I guess we'll go legislative efficiency. We could go itinerary court and it's super good, but the A impact might be better for our current situation. Yeah, maybe I should have gone itinerary court though. Yeah, I'm going to change that in the next law. So I got a law for speed of integration. I should have gone itinerary court for the proximity cost. I'm like, I'll just change the law. It's fine. I'm just going to go ahead and call parliament. I'm going to ask for a law change. I'm going to go itinerary court. The proximity cost for land is just too valuable. And we're going to get some taxes. So 1437, the age of discovery. Probably we want to go admin. We're not going to go exploration. That would be strange. Although there's a lot of temptation for military focus for adaptability for the antagonism. Trying to decide what I should do here. Yeah, I think I'm going to go with admin for the, you know, there's a lot of nice stuff from it. I was tempted to go military for the antagonism impact, but I don't think it's necessary. At some point, AE won't be that big of a deal. So I'm going to look if there's any new reforms in this age that we might like. So I guess I'm just going to go with royal commissions. Get a little bit of centralization, a little bit of cabinet. And yeah, I'm just going to mass RGOs again. Spent 4,000 to that. So I'm going to call Parliament. Develop the interior is a good thing to pass here. It pushes us towards land. I can fabricate on Ferrara once again. I do want to pass the agenda though, so I need to make sure actually I win the debate. But yeah, let's just go to war. Got 31,000 levies to work with now. Quite a bit. English wars should be fairly straightforward though. I've still got quite a few subjects to work with. I'm going to start annexing a few. Got the Italian war situation here. And, you know, it's an interesting little one. I guess, you know, I'm in the first Italian league. If I want to win the Italian league situation, I think I have to, like, yeah, have 200 or more provinces in Italy. I have some boat levies here. No, I don't. But it was a nice lie. It was the thought that counts. I want the land over in Sicily, but I don't have any boats. Well, I have one boat, but that's probably not going to work. I'm going to build some cogs, though. Transport ships. I'm going to sail over to Sicily. Just kidding. It's occupied by Tunis. That's why I can't take it. I'm not sure if I should do this, but I guess I'll just take whatever I can take from Ferrara. Could be a lot of coalition, though. I mean, how bad is the coalition looking? It's just Italy. I think, yeah, it is what it is. Only Italy really cares about me taking Italy. So it's just past 1444. Thought I'd do a quick update. I meant to pause on 1444, but I missed it. Gotta take a look at what's happening. Got England doing England things. France doing France things. And Castile murdering Portugal. The Ottomans are doing super well, but, you know, they're doing okay. Golden Horde's still alive. Muscovy's not doing too well this game, it looks like. But yeah, just kind of looking around, see what's going on. I've got 149 provinces over here, I guess. Got a new law. Part's going to go regulated naval service. If I want to win this Italy situation, I need to get 200 locations in Italy, but attacking the French League is not the way. I don't want to fight France. It's a little concerning France is occupying Florence. I really don't want France down in Italy. Get out of here, man. I'm going to call Parliament once again. France is trying to steal Italy, which I don't know how I feel about, but I'm going to try to also steal Italy, I guess. Although I'm decking into a coalition, but like it's a small coalition, so what are they going to do? I maybe could have made subjects, but, you know, it's too late now. You can't do that while at war. You know, maybe I can get money from Parliament too. That'd be sweet. I can sneak it. I'm just at war with, you know, a handful of people. It shouldn't be too hard. France is, like, expanding over here. It just kind of sucks. Because, like, I don't want to fight France, all right? I'm just using some forts here. Doesn't seem to be any resistance, you know? Nice. I mean, France already bullied everyone, right? Man, what is France doing? Why is France down there taking land? I'm super annoyed. It's fine. You know, I just feel like Italy kind of belonged to me, but he had other plans, you know? But yeah, I'll fight France over it. I don't care. Next institution's showing up here. Pike and shot. I guess I could take it. My next age of units is actually super nice. I can start using standing armies instead of just using cannons. Right now, we're literally just using cannons for the siege bonus. So I'm just going to be a little bit of aggressive here and just like separate peace pizza, colonization. I'm just going to go ahead and peace out Florence as well. I mean, I probably should have granted a diplomat advisor if I was being min-max, but I don't think, like, who's going to coalition me, right? Like, not the entirety of Europe. I think I'm too far away from the majority of Germany for them to be upset. So I can kind of just take most of Italy at this point, right? And it's good land. I don't need to tell you that Italy's good land. You guys probably knew that. But Italy's good land. So that is, you know, one of our first major goals, I guess. Just kind of getting all of Italy. I don't like this France scenario. Do I really have to fight France over this? Colonization with Siena here. And again, if you guys haven't been paying attention, I'm using cannons combined with levies, and then I split the stack into two. So I have like 2 stacks that are capable of sieging, more or less. It's not perfect, but it works for now. Naples is going after Sicily. I think I might go after Naples next, though. Naples is pretty strong, but I think I'm better. So I'm going to use my guys to start integrating now. I definitely need subjects to help me integrate after all this is said and done. A lot of people to integrate, right? So maybe by the time that I have all of Naples, and we integrate it, we can beat France. We build up a little bit, and we can get there. But what if France declares on me? How do I handle that? He won. He wouldn't. He wouldn't. Damn, I can't believe Portugal's gone. That's pretty rare. Usually Portugal doesn't die like this. You know, I better not take Burgundy's land. It's going to be too aggressive, I think. I was thinking about it, but yeah, no, I better, or should I? Should I take Burgundy's land? Is it rightful Milan land? These are the questions. You can see the coalition's growing, so I think maybe we don't take Burgundy. Let's not. I thought about it for a while, though, I will say. It wasn't an easy choice. It wasn't an easy choice, but I'll just fight peace. Let's finish the war off here. We're getting called for peace here soon. I was just, you know, trying to be a little bit greedy here. And this is Italy. You know, I have to take Italy land for the Italian wars, of course, right? It's not that I'm being aggressive, it's that I'm trying to complete my situation, right? That's what we tell the Germans, so they don't coalition me, right? Like I had to, right? Okay, I'm gonna separate peace over here. We're just taking Italian culture land and hoping that we don't get coalitioned by the entirety of Europe. I'm afraid to look at the antagonism map mode here, but let's just take a look. That is not good. Get the diplomats. Get the diplomats quick. We gotta up that diplo spending, you know what I mean? Everything's fine. I'm just gonna have to improve relations. But I might get attacked by half of Europe. I hope that doesn't happen. On the bright side, I'm not coalitioned by the entirety of Europe. It's only like half. One thing here, I am not coalitioned by Naples, but he's allied to Hungary. Am I afraid of that? A little. I don't know that I want to fight Hungary and Naples at once. Well, yeah, we got declared war on. How bad is it? Oh my F, man. This wasn't part of the plan. The whole getting decked by half of Europe thing. But we're gonna handle it. It's fine. It's only 37 people, right? Yeah. It is what it is, though. I can't separate peace either. It's fine though. Am I war with Austria and Bohemia? No, just Austria. This isn't ideal, though. I wanted to go to war with Naples, but I guess it's good I didn't go to war with Naples because that would have been really bad. I see. So Bohemia couldn't join because I improved relations just in time to get above 50 relations. The way the coalitions work is similar to EU4. If you hit 50, then they can coalition. So at least there's that. Like it's not ideal, but I think it's winnable. Not like I can take any land, though. And I'm definitely going to need to continue to improve relations after this. I hope I win this. I'm a little bit low in morale. So that battle is a little bit sketch. If we can get them before they group up, that's the play. Yeah, we should win this, right? No, we just lost that. Come on. Oh, no, we just lost. We lost somewhere else? Come on now. Yeah, we win. Nice. This is less than ideal. I don't know if we win this battle. The right flank broke, we're fine. Or are we? Oh, our morale. They're asking for money in the middle of my battle? No. Bro. We actually lost that. That's a feels bad moment. I need to get my other stack to help. They're everywhere. They're everywhere. My issue is that I'm going to run out of guys. But yeah, we're just, you know, doing our best to defend our land. I could just set my guys to defend my land, actually. It's an objective. Defend home territory. Maybe that's what I should do. I was a little aggressive, I guess. I'm just glad it wasn't the entire HRE. I'm about at the limit that I could handle right now. But I have more guys than them, like, total. So there's not... Besides Austria, no one really that large is in the coalition. Maybe Bavaria, but you can see here it's not crazy. But there are a bunch of bullies. I really like the defend home territory war command, if you want to call it, or the objective. It's pretty handy for a war like this. We're just going to need to defend our land, and they're going to run around and fight anyone who invades us, more or less. I'll ransom the prisoners to let them know I'm a nice guy. A new emperor, huh? Wolgast. Disbanding the HRE is super hard in this game, but it's something that I want to do eventually. All right, so we're winning this coalition war handily. Unfortunately, you can't really get anything from a coalition war like this. There is a dismantle coalition option, but it costs so much war score. I don't know if it's even worth. I'm going to continue this war for a bit. The war goal is basically just defending my land. I think. Yeah, they have to take my capital, so that's not going to happen, right? We're just going to keep defending. We're doing fine. Our cause is just. That's a nice event, but it's a little late, right? Maybe, maybe not. I still think I may be able to go to war with Naples. I just don't know for sure. That's a little sketch. You made it this far in the video. Let's show you guys some cheese. I'm going to show you guys a trick. I don't know if it's intended, but you can do it. All right. We're not the judgy type, though. What you can do to isolate from allies, you just need to send some nice gifts. But it's got to be over 10 years. The reason being is because you can get 10 favors for sending a big gift. It's quite a bit of money. I'd have to send like 1,400 ducats to him, but yeah, we're going to do that. Maybe this is intended. Like, I'm bribing him a lot of money to not be allies with Naples, so maybe it does make some sense. But the idea is that you just get 20 favors, and then you can make them isolate from allies. Again, I can't send another gift for 10 years, but that'll be the play. I'm going to use the dissolve coalition. It just basically disallows members to rejoin coalition for 15 years, which is handy. And then we can improve relations in the meantime with them, and, you know, it's all good, right? In a few more years, we can send Hungary another gift. I just don't think I can fight Naples and Hungary at the same time. But I also think I need a lot more subjects to help integrate. I have so much uncored. I have a lot of uncored land here. So let's just go and create a couple subjects here. I'm going to use a combination of me integrating and using subjects, because I already have 12 subjects, and if I get much more, I'm going to have to pay for diplomatic spending, like all the time. And, you know, I don't want to do that, yeah. But what I'm going to do is just up my diplomatic spending for a little bit, because I need to get 12 improved relations going. You kind of have to improve relations with all your subjects, because as you annex them, they get really upset. So if you don't have max relations, you can't really integrate. So yeah, I'm going to have to work on that for a sec. I'm doing well with the Italian wars, though. I suppose I have 164 of 200. If I fight right now, it'd be super even. That's why I was thinking if I bribe Hungary, more or less, that'd probably be better. But I can't do that until 67. But so, you know, let's just be patient. Let's just call some parliaments. Ooh, we got a road debate. We love that. That's more centralization. So I'm going to request additional taxes, tax the living hell out of my people for a year. Only a year. It's chill. They have short memories. It's all good. But yeah, we're just going to be integrating for a bit. Things are looking good. Got a new law, the battle leadership law. I'm just going to grab noble command. That seems fine. No lowborn commanders here. I have my family members as my leaders of these two, of my army and my navy, and that's going to up my grand power significantly. We're up to 26% just from that. You can see it's pretty crazy. I'm going to go ahead and start building some universities just to help with my average literacy. I believe it helps with research and getting institutions faster. So yeah, you know, mass build them all. I guarantee you I'm going to be out of books immediately for trying to build that many universities. I'm out of books for trying to build that many Usavert. We're out of books. You hate to see it. Unlocked a new unique building, House of Parliament. This one's just going to give us a bit of crown power. We can send a gift to Hungary again. And then I should make him be able to isolate from Naples. Go and grab Parliament. Call it on our capital as per usual. It pushes centralization if we do. And you just get a claim. I'm going to request additional taxes. That should be good. We get a claim and additional taxes. I'm going to ask Hungary to isolate from allies, Kingdom of Naples. And then I'm going to be about ready to declare Naples. This looks like a tough war. I don't have as many levies as I used to. I did notice. I've only got about 20,000 levies here. I'm not sure why I have less levies, but this happens every game. I think it's because in the age of discovery, you get less levies. But again, I'm not really sure about this, but it is normal. I'm going to go ahead and declare war on Naples. It's a pretty tight war by the looks of it. And maybe I should build more units or new units. I do have halberdiers in this age that I could be recruiting. And I do have training fields. These are just military buildings. So, you know, it might be a good idea with how much money we have too. But more armies means less money. So if I can hold out, I'm doing that a bit longer, then, you know, it's kind of like I can make a bit more money that way. We're getting blockaded, so we're at negative war score already. I'll tell my subjects to be supportive. Provence is in the war, but we could probably just, you know, go and bully Provence really fast. They're ever sieging me, but I'm trying to just get Provence out of the war. I'm just going to start with Peace Provence and take a couple things. But now I can focus on the rest of this war. So I'm going to fight these 10,000 here. Luckily, they're separated, so this is ideal. Unless they make it to reinforce, then it's okay, good. It's fine. So we're able to fight these two stacks. Luckily, they didn't group. This war is fairly close, but I think that we're winning some decisive battles here. Just got 14,000 guys here, but I'm going to go in there. I was hoping my subjects would help, but we're chilling. Oh, we're not chilling. We lose those, but it's fine. I thought I'd win. I probably need to let my guys from cover. They'd have moved a lot, so you can't win every battle, right? But yeah, we're just kind of pushing into Naples. Though it's going to be a journey pushing all the way into Naples, probably. Oh, yep, my subjects are throwing. How about stick together, guys? I think he's right here. Maybe I'm just going to go for it. Yeah, I think we're fine. We're fine. Yeah, we're winning. Good. We got our foreign culture law. I'm going to go with integrated foreign traditions for the pop assimilation speed. I actually got upgraded cannons. I mean, they're mostly dead from the battles, but it's all good. Oh, what do you mean? What's this war? Anti-coalition war? Oh my gosh. That is not ideal. F. It's fine, I guess. We'll deal with it in a minute. The coalition attacking me right now is less than ideal. I don't know how I'm going to deal with it, really. So apparently the coalition was declared by this OPM. I wonder if I just quickly siege them, if it'll be like over. Probably not, but I can dream. I'll be right back, Naples. Hold on. He has no fort too, I think. Will he let me go home? I doubt that will work. It's less than ideal the coalition decided to attack me because I'm like, I was winning this war against Naples, but now it's kind of like, I can't finish him off. But I kind of need to defend my lands. What can I do? I'm going to rush back down to Naples and deal with it. I don't know. It's an awkward scenario to deal with. They besiege their fort, but I'm pretty sure I can just barrage it. Oh, I just accidentally walked into him. We're better. He unsieges his fort. Oh, man. He refilled the garrison. I hate it here. The AI starts to do that in this recent patch. But yeah, I got to re-siege the garrison. And meanwhile, I'm getting sieged by the coalition, which is fantastic. You know, he just wants to take over the market center. That's fine. And money. Like, I'm like, okay, fine. If that's what the coalition wants, you can have the market center. Siva now has the market center. That's fine. I'll get it back later. Or I'll just make my own market. Maybe that's the way. I give him my market center, and then I'm just like, you know what? I'm making a new market. I'll show you. All right, so I just made my own market. So that worked out pretty well. I'm like, oh, sure, you could have the market center. I'll just make a new one. But I'm dying here. That's not good. I ran out of food. I have no supplies here. Well, it's not that okay, but you know, you gotta cope sometimes. They unsiege that fort. It's not good. I need to refill the garrison, probably. This isn't good. I'm stuck on a fort here, too. I'm like zone of control. But hey, I can start researching some more stuff. Well, I'm going to have to recruit some more troops here. A lot of my guys are stuck in a siege, so I'm just like, yeah, we kind of have to just pull in some more troops here. That's totally fine. Got a bunch of guys here. I need to go unsiege this. I need to go help out. So I think what I'm going to do is disband all my levies and then recruit, unfortunately. All of my cannons are left alone there. That's not good. They're probably going to get cooked. And I got rebels. Come on. Yeah, I'm gonna run in there, siege it out again. I like to get to my cannons, but they're kind of trapped. I'm actually gonna assault so I can get in there. I want to rescue those cannons if I can. Yeah, it's unfortunate. I play this very unfortunately. I lost all my cannons because I got them killed, you know? You hate to see it. I'm gonna assault though, you know, to make it feel better. Because if I lose more people, it'll help, right? But yeah, I have no cannons anymore. I'll build new cannons, but it'll take some time. I don't have the manpower right now. Could build a couple. Even 400 will help. And we have a rebellion at the same time, and Aquilia's defending the rebellion or helping them or whatever. My subjects maybe got the rebellion at least. But this Naples war is, you know, it took a turn in a bad way when we got our guys trapped down over here, and they kind of like they cut off our food supply, and yeah, it got rough. I need to refill the garrison really. You can see here it's at 10, and if I don't have any troops to refill it though yet, you need professional troops to do that. Oh wait, yeah, you can see here. Well, let's see. Can we refill the garrison? I think we actually did recruit some professional soldiers, right? Yeah, we should be able to. Listen, Naples, I'll drag this war on until the end of time, okay? This war has not been pretty. A win's a win, right? I mean, if we do win. Push in here, though. I think we will win. It's just, it's going to take a minute to get there. But I got some new cannons, at least some. I'm going to have to re-siege some of these forts. I'll even get more cannons going, because sieging without cannons is brutal. So I'm sending in some reinforcement cannons, stack them up. I don't want my cannons to get caught out, though. I hope they don't. No, I think they made it past their army, hopefully. I guess I don't have food supply here either. It's not ideal. What I can maybe do is I'll just split my army in half and send to a province where we can gather some food. No, I accidentally went off the siege, and we're losing the battle. No, we won the battle, but that was sketch. There's no food here. We gotta walk away. We gotta fix our food supply issue. Oh, and I can start annexing subjects. So annexing a couple subjects there, and I'm just slowly pushing in. I might even need to get in more like new units again. Before it's kind of just been brutal, less than ideal. I mean, I have the war goal technically, but I'm like maybe I go back and get new levies again. Might be the way. But yeah, I'm gonna disband levies and get new ones. So I'm gonna get more levies here. Yeah, this should be better. 20,000 new guys. I'm gonna fight them here. This war has been really long though. Oh, they dealt with my rebels for me. Thanks, guys. All right, nice win there. All right, so pushing back into Naples here. This time's gonna be better, right? I mean, I think he's out of guys. I think that it is gonna be, you know, wrapping it up here. I'm gonna go back and defend that. They keep cutting off my food supply. Like I'm tired of it. It's not ideal, you know. But I think we're finally pushing it in a way that should be good. And if you notice these little flags here, these are their province capitals. So if you siege them, it sieges the rest of the locations in a province. A province is like a state from EU4, if you're not used to that terminology. Basically, a province is a location in EU5. And a state is a province. I hope you're confused. Naples is putting up a hell of a fight, I'll say. Is he gonna fight me and win here? That would be tragic. This war's pretty hard. It doesn't help that the coalition declared on me, either. I really need to win the siege before he wins that one. Don't do this to me. I'm out of food again. Oh, no. Okay, they took a battle, but at least we won. Yes, there we go. We won that siege. We're gonna go take care of those troops now. Good. Yeah, there's no way I could have done this war if he was allied to Hungary. I can call Parliament. I'm actually late to call Parliament here. It's been 10 years. I guess I'll just call it and ask for money. Bellical support is great because it's like getting a war score cost eventually because it pushes us towards belligerent. And that's important for world conquest. So we like that. I got a new government reform available. Can see what we can pick from. Not really sure what we need right now. I suppose tax efficiency isn't bad. I mean, he's got 16,000 more. Oh no. See, they keep recruiting more levies. I'm winning, but it's like, how long can I keep doing this? Yeah, I got the siege too. Okay. That's huge. You have to pay 100% more war score for locations that you haven't got the fort. So the more forts I can get, the better. I'm going to need to improve with Europe, or they're just going to keep coalitioning me. Well, that's on the agenda for sure. But yeah, well, yeah, Parliament, before I forget, let's get Texas. Not that I would forget, right? I want to get some more fort siege so I can get more land here, but they might be greedy. All the cannons are gone too. They did not make it through the battles. They'll replenish. They're just, for now, they're out of commission. But that means we get no siege bonus. I guess what I could do is send this cannons home. It's a weird concept because it's literally 0 guys I'm sending home, but we'll take it, I guess. Uh-oh. Oh, barely. We barely won that battle. Jeez. I'm worried we might start losing battles, so I think I should just end this war. So I'm just going to end the war, take as much land as I can for now. Pretty massive amount of land. It might be enough to win the Italy situation. Yeah, I have 200 provinces, so that's great. I don't even know what the rewards are. I've never done it. But I hope it's untold riches. End of the Italian wars. We gain 20 prestige, 5 trusts with all the other members, which would be nobody. Then for 15 years, I get a little bit of Diplo rep. I mean, we'll take it. It's not great, but we'll take it. I mean, it's great. It's perfect. I'm worried about getting coalitioned more, though. Oh, yeah, we're definitely going to get coalitioned again. They're aggressive, not me, okay? But yeah, we're going to need to annex subjects. We're going to need to make new subjects and also improve relations, probably. But we got a new institution available, printing press. We can just grab some stuff here. We've got speed of integration, which one of the admin focused ones, which is helpful. We're going to go for that. What we're going to rush here is cabinet seat and paved roads. Paved roads are going to be huge. Definitely want that. Yeah, of course. Of course. Coalition war immediately. I didn't even have a chance to improve relations. Wait, it's not even a coalition war. He just wants to kill me. Well, I can respect that, Burgundy. Because it's not a coalition war, but he's been able to call in a lot of people. Whatever, we're better. We are definitely better. But you know what? I'm going to deal with that war tomorrow. So I decided to wrap it up there. I had another 10 hours of gameplay recorded, but I felt like the video would have just been far too long. And we'll save that for November 2nd, where I'll be releasing part 2. But before I go, I just want to tell you guys, I really have been enjoying this game, and I think you guys are going to love it. And if you want to pre-order using my code, that would greatly support the channel. But if not, subscribing would be cool too if you guys are new and would like to see more content from me. I stream most of my content live too, so if you guys want to check out my YouTube channel or even on Twitch. Anyhow, thank you guys so much for the support, as always, and we'll see you soon.